Good morning, Repertory, and welcome to the Class of 2020 virtual graduation ceremony. I am thrilled to be here live with you today, and yes, I am live. The time is now 11:07 here in Morningside Heights, and I hope wherever you are watching with people you love. Much of what you will see today will of course be pre-recorded, but I am here with you live, as are your teachers, staff members, classmates, family, and friends out there. We will begin our ceremony today with a message from your parents who remember where you started out and are so proud of where you are today.
A message to our children upon their graduation. You are phenomenal. You are creative. You are sensitive. You have a marvelous sense of self. You are talented. You are unique. You will succeed. Behind you are the challenges you've met. Before you lie new possibilities. Today you choose the direction of your life. You are fearless. You are enthusiastic. You are extraordinary. You are relentless on your path to greatness. You are beautiful. You are resilient. You are smart. Reach for the stars. The world is in your hands. You are kind. You are determined. You are fighters. You face adversity and rise to the occasion. You have staying power. You are fluid. You are powerful. We send you out into the world with every blessing upon you and buoyed by the love of family and community. You are courageous. You are spontaneous. You are remarkable. We love you.
Thank you, parents. I would now like to share a few words as your incredibly proud principal. Families, friends, honored guests, teachers, staff, community members near and far, and most importantly, to the class of 2020. The word congratulations is not big enough to convey what I want to say to you after 4 incredible years and 3 impossible months. It fails to adequately capture the heights you soared to or the lows you overcame. In fact, in writing this speech, I struggled to come up with words that faithfully represent what you have accomplished by making it here today. But I will say this, and it is something I shared with the teachers and staff at our final meeting on Wednesday. If I am still a principal 20 years from now, it will be in no small part because of what I've witnessed over the last 12 weeks. The class of 2020 has inspired me and all of us with your perseverance, your passion, your patience, and your pride. You have renewed my faith in what is possible when a group of engaged, thoughtful, resourceful, and phenomenally talented young adults are presented with a seemingly insurmountable task. I am honored to be a small part of your story. From the beginning, the class of 2020 has never accepted anything less than their absolute best. As freshmen, you were already showing yourselves to be as politically, academically, and socially engaged a group of students as we've ever had at Repertory. You took on leads in main stage productions and created compelling and thoughtful reimaginings of Greek dramas in TDAP. As sophomores, you wrote brilliant and often hysterical plays that belied your youth. As juniors, you took on AP classes, auditioned for advanced arts ensembles, created an award-winning dance team, joined National Honor Society, staged walkouts and protests, and truly established yourselves as leaders, innovators, and activists. And it was that leadership, innovation, and activism that allowed you to navigate this tumultuous senior year, a year that saw you do all of the work of a 12th grader with very little of the fun. No one would have blamed you if you spent these last 3 months wallowing in self-pity over lost rites of passage. But instead, there you were, creating art in new ways, staying focused on your academics, and standing on the front lines of marches and protests. I am so proud of each of you, and I will miss you terribly. I will miss Olivia's wisdom, Jasmine's laughter, Leo's irreverence, Ashanti's spirit, Sophia's skepticism, Derek's panache, Hawa's poise, Gabby's teamwork, Natalie's friendship, Marina's thoughtfulness, Anaya's activism, Luisanji's brilliance, Ila's wit, Herbert's sincerity, Darian's boisterousness, Kaylin's artistry, Ariel's music, Brooklyn's honesty, Aaliyah's presence, Jules' determination, Diatima's style, Daniel's gregariousness, Ayana's conviction, Kai's growth, Danae's fearlessness, Dina's positivity, Frances Nadine's patience, Lexi's voice, Destiny's leadership, Maria's tenderness, Victoria's generosity, Jada's comedy, Kara's creativity, Tatiana's persistence, Nelijah's power, Ashley's vision, Michelle's humor, Brian's smile, Rocio's grit, Jahim's rhythm, Adelina's individuality, Penny's warmth, Victor Silvera's steadiness, Destiny's diligence, Alex's bravery, Yalene's perspective, Nelsie's caring, Chrysani's grace, Victor Valdez's colorfulness, Laura's kindness, and Shayna's sweetness. As you reflect on your time at Repertory and look forward to your next steps, allow yourselves a moment to acknowledge what you've done. You've gone from ninth graders trying to find their place and searching for their voice to young adults so sure of themselves that they can triumph in the face of a pandemic while raising those confident voices to demand justice from an unjust world. It's a world that needs you, a world that needs reminding that Black lives matter, that love wins, that there is no planet B, and that the voices of the young are worth listening to. Continue to learn, to grow, to advocate, to agitate, to challenge, to reflect, and to rise. We will be waiting back on 43rd Street to hear your stories. Felicidades. Mazel tov. Congratulations. And now, some words from one of your incredible assistant principals, Mr. Morrow, as he introduces your class speakers.
Good morning, class of 2020, family and friends. Before I introduce this year's salutatorian and valedictorian, I wanted to take a moment to celebrate the entire class of 2020. I also wanted to remind you all that while we've faced an incredibly challenging last 3 months, that is sure to be remembered as a defining moment for many of us, this moment and this pandemic does not define you or your high school journey. I will remember this class for far more than just the tenacity with which you prevailed through this crisis. I'll remember the many performances, summits, mediations, conversations, and triumphs that you all have had over the last 4 years at Repertory. And I and our school community will be forever changed by the contributions you all made. Thank you so much for all that you have done for us. And remember that Repertory will always be your home. It gives me great pleasure to introduce your class of 2020's salutatorian, Tatiana Merced. Over her 4 years at Repertory, Tatiana has embodied so much of what is wonderful about Repertory, and about this class in particular. She has demonstrated an unusual combination of intellect and work ethic that has earned her undying respect from teachers and her peers. She has used her voice to support, encourage, and advocate for her classmates. She has pushed herself out of areas of comfort and into areas of challenge and growth. Her academic efforts have been rewarded with a spot on our principal's honor roll every semester of high school, a place in our National Honor Society chapter, as well as the Student of the Year Award for self-awareness at our annual Reppies Award ceremony. Beyond her academic pursuits, Tatiana has maintained a robust and diverse list of extracurricular activities. She has performed in the ensemble of two of our main stage musicals, Annie and Fiddler on the Roof, and has been a puppet maker for our production of She Kills Monsters. She spent 3 years as a soprano in the All-City High School Chorus and a year with the Master Voices Side-by-Side program. Perhaps even more impressive, she uses her experience to give back to others, returning to her middle school to help out with their production of High School Musical and with their summer program. Truly, Tatiana represents a shining example of what is possible when talent, intellect, and curiosity meet determination, humility, and compassion. I proudly present your 2020 salutatorian, Tatiana Merced.
Good afternoon, family, friends, and the amazing class of 2020. I didn't expect myself to be speaking to you all right now. 4 years ago, I would have never thought I'd be second in my graduating class. Freshman year, Miss Idy called me down to her office the second to last day of school, and she told me that I was a part of the top 10. This didn't come to a shock because I was top 10 in middle school. However, when she told me I was number 2, I went, huh? Me? Number 2? And she said, yeah. The crazy part is, I didn't even care that I was in number 1. I was just happy I was going to be able to make a speech. Therefore, I continued to work for it. And of course, there were multiple obstacles along the way, but I persisted. I'm pretty sure each one of these teachers has watched me cry once or twice, and they'd ask me, are you okay? And I'm trying to suck up my tears, and I go, yeah, I'm good. I failed your test last period, but I'm okay. Senior year was when I officially burned myself out. It felt like I was continuously asking myself why. Why am I doing this? It was like I was running and I kept hitting a brick wall. My brain just stopped. I was tired, but although I was tired, I kept pushing. I came up with different whys throughout the way, like being top 10 of my class is going to get me into college, and it did. I'll be attending SUNY Potsdam, majoring in music education as an honor student. I kept asking myself why, and I'd be able to make this speech to everyone, and I am. I kept asking myself why, and I figured out that I didn't just want to prove something to my peers. I wanted to prove something to myself, that I can do more than what I think I'm capable of, hence me speaking to you right now. Coming to Rep was a huge culture shock for me. Everyone had a lot of energy. Most people were in the LGBT community. I've only heard of that 3 times before freshman year. Nobody really explained to me the importance of Black power. Everyone was really nice or mean, no in between. And most people were culturally different. I've never met so many people with so many different stories, and I'm extremely thankful for that. I'm thankful for all the periods I heard screaming through the hall and watching the dance competitions happen between one another when we had nothing to do. I'm thankful for having my birthday triplets every year. I'm thankful for every song we sung together. I'm thankful for meeting such impactful people. I'm thankful for every class discussion and educated discussion we had amongst ourselves. Even the teachers were people I'd never forget. Although we had a variety of teachers through our 4 years of high school, I would love to show them the utmost gratitude. Through the years, we've seen teachers come and go, but there are teachers that have never left Rep and have never given up on us. Even though all the teachers helped me in specific ways, I'll never forget Miss Daphne's super cute outfits and fun earth science activities, Ms. Navarez and Miss Adamson letting me do work in the main office until the building closed, crying to Miss Morales when I had a hard day after last period AP Bio, sitting in Mr. Fram's office cramming AP Music Theory homework when I was falling behind, having interesting one-on-one conversations with Ms. Dell, Mr. Quinn listening to me ramble about absolutely nothing, and still having a response, spilling all the tea to Ms. Venable, Ms. Idy, and Ms. Wright, telling Ms. I about my life problems, Miss U being the only one that liked my jokes, Mr. Lesko's fabulous fans, Mr. Pistoler talking about his wife, and last but not least, Mr. Alvarez saying, "Oh, these seniors." Honestly, the list can go on, and I am very thankful for you all. High school was an interesting journey for all of us, and a lot of learning was done outside of the classroom. In high school, I learned that people will come and go, not meaning that they're not still in your heart, but people fall out, and that's okay. I learned that it's okay to have a guard up, but it's also okay to be open and vulnerable with the people around you. Rep specifically taught me about unity. I've made a family away from home. Although I didn't talk much when I first got to Rep, you also accepted me in your family. You also let me know you care about me. Rep taught me that even when you think you're alone, you're not. Everyone has different situations and different ways of living. I know right now we're all struggling with the things happening in the world. I know a lot of us don't know what to do about what's going on, and a lot of us still have families we need to take care of, and some of us are having our own internal struggle. So let me just remind you this. Even though life seems really unfair, and even if we feel we can't do anything, we are. Just by graduating, getting an education, and going to college so you can make a change is helping. We are beautiful people making change every day. Even when there are days that we feel like it doesn't matter, it does. Keep pushing through what's going on. Keep your head up. The little things matter, remember that. We are producing the next doctors, nurses, actors, teachers, scientists, activists, lawyers of the world. We may not realize it, but by us sharing our ideas and helping one another and teaching the next generation, we are making a difference every day. So I hope my speech wasn't boring or long-winded, but I want to emphasize that you all have made an impact on one another in some way and somehow. So don't come out of high school with any regrets. Everything has happened during this journey has made you the person you are now. Congratulations, Class 2020, and allow yourself to make mistakes, do new things, and not settle for less. What's for that? Oh my goodness. I love you guys.
I am now honored to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2020, Kara McCord. Over the last 4 years, it is safe to say that when you come upon something positive happening at Repertory, Kara is right there in the middle of it. Academically, Kara has been not only a role model, but a resource to her classmates, always looking to encourage, to enhance, and to support. As an indefatigable member of our tech crew, she has not only ensured our shows would go on, but has lent her artistry to the design elements that have brought our performances to life. It would be futile to try to capture the breadth of Kara's contributions to our productions, but it's fun to try. From serving as a production assistant on Charlotte's Web, to set crew for Annie, to puppet artist in She Kills Monsters, to production stage manager of Midsummer Night's Dream, to head set and props construction on Fiddler on the Roof, to set coordinator for Aida. Virtually no playbill over the last 4 years hasn't had her name in it somewhere. And even as comfortable as she is in the classroom and behind the scenes, Kara has sought out additional challenges to push herself, taking on 5 AP classes, 4 semesters of advanced tech, and even a turn on stage as an ensemble member in our musical Pippin. Kara has tried it all and given her full self over to each pursuit. It is my pleasure to introduce your 2020 valedictorian, Kara McCord.
Hello, faculty, staff, friends, family, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2020. Before I start the speech, I would like to thank a few people. First off, my amazing family who have never doubted me or my potential for a second, and who have always supported me in my pursuits, especially my parents who love me for who I am and not what I do, and my nanny who found an ad for a local summer theater camp in the paper when I was in the 3rd grade, essentially kicking off my career as an artist, so thank you so much for that, Nanny, you're a real one. I would also like to thank the Repertory staff who made my 4 years at Rep so special. I will miss the intense study halls that I will never stop thanking Ms. High for, laughing both at and with Mr. Quinn in the lab, being yelled at semi-lovingly by Mr. Alvarez, receiving invaluable feedback and reassurance from our many, many arts teachers, expressions of shared frustration with Mr. P and the space, reminiscing with Miss Fishman and Miss Yu about China, and walking into the guidance office and hearing Miss Idy teach a life lesson while Miss Venable discusses financial aid like our lives depended on it, which it pretty much does. I find it hard to accept that our days at Rep are coming to an end. We've all heard the spiel about this unprecedented time before, so I won't get into it now, but it really does make me upset that our time was cut short. However, I believe that the class of 2020 never took our time for granted, as there was never a dull moment with this class. I look back upon the chaotic rehearsals and work calls led by my wonderful senior techies that were sometimes brutal but always fun. Hearing Ariel or Daniel Jordan playing the piano and the rest of us singing along, typically led by Herbert or Tati or Lexi or any of our large number of vocal talents. Stumbling upon a last-minute dance rehearsal led fearlessly by Anaya or Chrisini, or walking in on a hair and makeup appointment in the girls' bathroom, and never failing to complain about the lack of paper towels or soap before we left. I will always appreciate the frequent outbursts of song and dance at the most random times, hanging out at GSA or D&D meetings, and never being able to get a moment away from Michelle, Maria, or Olivia Himes, who I personally consider to be an honorary senior. Of course, there were moments of our 4 years that left a bad taste in our mouths, much like the breakfast after the bell sun butter, which I personally thought to be delicious, but I am probably alone in that thought. Of course, the dreaded phone policy, the extremely frequent and annoying technical difficulties during pretty much every one of our performances, and the occasional squabbles with our lovely administration that have hopefully just become water under the bridge. Things like the exhausting walk up the stairs every morning, the overcrowded hallways, and the perpetually distracting music coming from the dance room into every other classroom in the building somehow made our days special. The class of 2020 was truly a family to me, and although I regret that I did not get to spend as much time with them as I may have liked, I wouldn't have changed a thing about our years together. Before I came to Rep, the only thing that I associated with school was my grades. I would arrive, do what I was told, and I left as soon as the day was over. I found no gratitude in being at school other than seeing my transcript at the end of the year. However, when I started at Rep, I found so much more fulfillment in the everyday things than at any other school I had attended. The overwhelming support from the people at Rep provided me with the drive and inspiration that I had lacked, and pushed me to achieve not just for the number at the end of the year, but to better myself and to be a better contribution to the whole. I no longer allowed myself to be defined by my academic achievement, but saw it as something that pushed me to become more. Whew. I don't think I could have grown half as much as I have in these past 4 years without the unwavering trust and confidence that Rep has put into me, and I hope that this speech does at least a bit of justice to my overwhelming feelings of gratitude and love for Rep as a whole. Moving on to bigger and better things is inevitable and good for us all in the long run, but though it's painful to leave the place where I found myself, I will always look back on my years at Rep with a smile and an inevitable show tune stuck in my head. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morrow, and congratulations, Tati and Kara. We are so proud of you and of all of the members of the class of 2020. As a gesture of our admiration, the staff has put together an original poem under the graceful direction of Miss Fishman to express our appreciation for all you've accomplished.
You are making history, not just his story, but her story and their story.
You saw the world go dark. Thank you, lights out. Never getting the chance to say goodbye, to empty your lockers, to eat one last school lunch, or hoard one more sun butter.
When the light went out on Broadway, you shined. You raised the curtain. From your couch, from your bed, from your kitchen, you wrote papers, solved equations, read novels, made films, completed health assignments, finished applications, decided where to go to college.
All you could do was stop, freeze, panic.
When you thought no one could hear you, and you sang alone, we heard you. your laughter, those beautiful harmonies echoing up the stairwells, the sound of the piano, playing spoons together in advisory, moments of laughter and kindness. During those courageous conversations, your words that will eventually change the world.
When the theater was empty and you danced alone, we saw you. All those beautiful performances in the talent show and assemblies, Hairspray, Hernando's Hideaway, the new Spring Play Festival in 2018, Midsummer Night's Dream, Senior Talent Show, Aida, Annie, Charlotte's Web, The Wolves, She Kills Monsters. We watch you in China, at Ellis Island, killing your flamenco pieces, the fourth period shuffle, everyone stuffed in the guidance office, excited about going to college.
Even when lines were dropped, the director was shot, and the drinks flew everywhere in Western, and the music stopped playing, we felt you. Morning hugs, consoling one another. Your compassion, your warmth, your love. Your humor, resilience, perseverance, drive, intellect, your creativity. It's electric.
When the pandemic hit and we could no longer see one another, we cried with you. We yelled with you from our windows at 7 p.m. We marched with you in protest throughout our city. We are all like fiddlers on the roof, trying to scratch out a pleasant, simple tune. How do we keep the balance?
Let the struggles you have overcome inspire you to fix what's broken in the world. Use clay to create, to shape the world into what you want it to be. The course of true love never dies. You have to keep believing.
As the world keeps spinning round and round, take the world by storm. Don't just stay in the eye of the hurricane. Push yourself. Come out of your comfort zone. Believe in miracles. Believe in yourself. See, realize, embrace. I have a dream. Make it your own dream. You've got magic to do.
Now it's curtain up. Light the lights. Stay true. Say yes to opportunities. Travel. Explore. Be curious. Try new things. Use your talent, determination, and persistence to change the world. Be authentic, unapologetic. Be yourself.
You got nothing to hit but the heights. Proceed with pride, even though you're leaving the wolf pack. Stay true to yourselves. Though scattered and divided, you are still its heart. Your minds are sponges. Your thoughts are actionable. Your hearts are pure. Your passion is endless.
Wake up the world. Roar, let the audience back in. You are powerful, resilient, intellectual, creative thinkers, driven. Dance, sing, act like it's opening night. The second act is usually better than the first. Your success is inevitable.
As the ghost light illuminates our dark theater, there's always one light which stays on center stage, representing each member of the cast that performed there. One light for each of you, shining, energized, burning bright, always and forever.
Thank you, teachers and staff, and thank you especially to Ms. Fishman for putting together our words into that powerful piece. You guys are truly amazing, and we can't say enough about this class as a whole. But now, it's time to recognize some individual achievements during our senior awards. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Lauren Noble, the Director of Education at Town Hall, to present our first award, the Marvin Leffler Outstanding Achievement Award and Scholarship.
Good morning, class of 2020. My name is Lauren Noble, the Director of Education next door right at the Town Hall. I was thrilled to watch some of you perform at the Schubert Theater High School Festival on June 15th. You truly brought me to tears. Amazing work. Today, I'm very pleased to present the 2020 Marvin Leffler Achievement Award to Herbert Espinal. Herbert has become one of the most outstanding definitions of perseverance and growth through his journey at Repertory Company High School for Theater Arts. As a freshman, in the first few weeks of his time at Repertory, he earned one of the leading roles in Charlotte's Web, and he continued to grow through the performing arts during his time at Rep. Herbert really began to blossom as a performer and leader during the production of Pippin. This continued during Aida, where he demonstrated the utmost professionalism, leading by example, always giving 110% in every moment, creating problem solving, pitching in at every opportunity, and never settling for less than his or his classmates' best. Not only has Herbert found growth and success on stage, but he also pours the same passion for excellence in his academics. He enters each learning opportunity with great enthusiasm and thirst for knowledge, continually pushing the thinking of his classmates. He grew to be a reflective member of the school and often advocated for other students, ultimately making Repertory a better place for everyone. All this success and growth coincided with immense struggles at home that Herbert always handled with maturity and thoughtfulness beyond his years. This proved the same as Herbert fought to end the year through the impossible task of a global pandemic and distance learning to the already very rigorous schedule he had set for himself. We are all so proud of all that Herbert has been able to accomplish during his time at Repertory and are excited to see how he continues to grow, develop, and positively impact those around him. We are confident that Herbert is precisely the type of change this world needs and are thrilled to honor his tenacity and excellence with this year's Town Hall Award. Herbert, I will be giving the certificate via email to Mike and Keyshawn that you will receive, and also Town Hall looks forward to presenting you with a $1,000 check at our gala in October, whether this be in person or virtually. Congratulations again on all of your successes, and to the rest of the class of 2020 on your very special graduation day today.
Thank you, Lauren, and congratulations, Herbert, on your well-deserved honor. We will indeed be forwarding you your certificate, and I hope to be able to join you in the fall at the Town Hall Gala to receive your award and scholarship check. Our next pair of awards are two $150 scholarships presented by our PTA. Students were invited to submit written responses describing their school spirit and their growth over the last 4 years, and the PTA has selected two outstanding students to receive these awards. To present the awards, I'm pleased to introduce our PTA president, Christine McCourt.
The Repertory PTA is pleased to award $150 scholarships to Destiny Solaire for Spirit and Ashanti Breton Furman for Growth. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. McCourt, and congratulations, Destiny and Ashanti. To continue with our full presentation of senior awards, I'd like to now introduce your other incredible assistant principal, Ms. Dell.
Hi everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2020. I am humbly honored to present this year's graduation awards. The first award is the Manuel Urania Award. It goes to a student who has been transformed through the arts. Watching the young lady blossom into a theater practitioner and artist has been a highlight of my career. From day one, she jumped in with both feet. She learned, she handled challenges, she grew. She emerged as an organizer, a leader, and a costume maker. Her work ethic is unmatched, as is her love of creating beautiful performances. This year's recipient goes to Francis Lazzari. The Attorney General CCC Award is for commitment, character, and courage. This year we have two recipients of this award. The first is a powerful young woman who has gone through life determined to see the good in every situation, be an advocate for others, and never settle for less than her best. Her character and integrity are genuine, and her courage and resilience are beyond admirable and humbling. The other recipient is a young man who has made a lasting impact at Repertory for his contribution to our tech department, our classrooms, and our school community. As an active participant in GSA, he has helped foster a more diverse and inclusive culture at Repertory and will leave a legacy of social justice. The recipients of this year's award goes to Anaya Danforth and Alexander Soma. The City Comptroller Achievement Award goes to 2 graduates this year as well. The first is a young woman who has matured into one of the most responsible, thoughtful, and determined individuals to lead Repertory. She consistently seeks opportunities to provide access for herself and her peers to be their best selves. The other recipient is a young woman who has embodied the spirit of Repertory from the moment she walked into the doors, from performing in main stage productions to excelling in 5 AP classes to advocating for her peers as a member of the school leadership team. She has represented the best of what we do. The recipients for this year's award goes to Kai Lampkin and Kara McCourt. The next award is the Richard Welling Certificate. It goes to a student for outstanding citizenship, service, and leadership in student government. The recipient of this award is a student who is ever curious and never afraid to ask questions. She encompasses what it takes to be a leader. The hostess with the mostest, she Irish stepped and danced our way into our hearts. This year's recipient is Michelle Moran. The Cooperation in Government Certificate goes to a student for exemplary service and outstanding citizenship. It goes to a young man who came in with a world of experience but was humble enough to challenge himself to learn something he had never learned before. Throughout it all, he remained humble, collaborative, and determined to be an amazing team player. This year's recipient goes to Victor Silvera. The next award is the James K. Hackett Medal. It goes to a student who demonstrates the greatest proficiency in oratory, either in verse or prose. This goes to a young woman whose voice is used daily in conversation to speak on behalf of others, mediate conflict, encourage and build up her peers, and advocate for justice. She's a remarkable talent and the courage to step up onto the stage and share it that move audience members to both tears and action through her spoken word on issues including human rights and the future of our planet. Her voice will change the world. This year's recipient goes to Hawa Sham. The American Federation of Student Leadership Award goes to 2 graduates. The first is a naturally charismatic and caring leader. This young man has been a beacon that many students have looked up to and leaned on for support. He has served for the last 2 years as our school's student equity leader and will forever be remembered at Rep for his innovative work as house manager for nearly every one of our performances, leaving some really big and very fancy shoes to fill. The next is a leader both inside and outside of the classroom. This young woman has been an active member of the Explorers program throughout her time at Repertory and has consistently demonstrated an incredible work ethic that is absolutely exemplary. Her community-minded view of the world allows her to collaborate with many different people in a genuinely authentic way. This year's recipients are Danielle Jordan and Jewel Hartley Scott. The Council of School Supervisors and Administrators Student Leadership Award goes to 2 graduates. Separately, there are both talented dancers, choreographers, student athletes, and leaders. When they came together, they were a force to be reckoned with, creating a major dance team that won 2 competitions and forever leaving a legacy at Repertory that will be spoken about for years to come, is the mark of a true leader. The recipients of this year's award goes to Ashley Mangle and Destiny Madden. The Council of School Supervisors and Administrators Parent Leadership Award goes to a graduating parent for the class of 2020. Since becoming the PTA president in 2017, this woman has helped lead Repertory through some of the most momentous changes in its history. Through her tireless efforts on the behalf of our community, she has established unprecedented fundraising efforts, spearheaded parent and community involvement campaigns, and guided our parent body through our decision to join the Diversity in Admissions Initiative. Truly, Repertory will not be the same without her. The recipient of this year's award goes to Christine McCourt. The Chancellor's Roll of Honor in Sports goes to 2 recipients. The first is a young woman whose passion for ice skating has not only allowed her to become a D1 athlete at Adrian College in the fall, but also have a drive for success that is unmatched. This young woman has taken every obstacle as an opportunity to grow and learn and has flawlessly glided through life with excellence. The second recipient, I would say, ice skating is this young woman's identity. It has provided her the ability to understand how to share her voice and gave her the confidence she needed to be the remarkable advocate she is. The 2 recipients are Olivia Alexander and Ela Epperson. The Chancellor's Roll of Honors in Arts goes to 5 recipients this year. The first is a young woman who is dance. Her soul, heart, and mind are dance. Her dancing captivates audience every single time. It is this passion for dance that has also allowed her to excel in every other academic aspect of her life and will lend her well as she studies criminal justice in college. The second is a young woman who has a passion for acting that allows her to capture an audience fully and draws you in with every word in her performance. Her empathy for others and her desire to have everyone see the best in themselves is so genuine and thus allows her artistry to be authentic and moving. The third recipient is one of the most reflective and hardworking performers in our school. This young man's talent is only matched by the passion he puts into every performance. He has grown and excelled over the last 4 years through performances in talent shows, assemblies, and his work in musical theater Runaways and As the World Goes Round. The fourth is a brilliant actress in both comedic and dramatic roles. This young woman has established herself as a force to be reckoned with in only 2 short years at Repertory. She has helped raise the bar for performance standards while engaging and encouraging her classmates in their artistic and academic pursuits. The last is a young woman who has a passion for theater that is so genuine and moving. Her writing is immensely powerful, causing everyone that reads it to think critically about their worldviews. Her passion for theater is driven by her ability to comment on life itself and paint a much more dynamic understanding of the world. The 5 recipients this year are Christine Valdez, Ayanna Keith, Darian Fernandez, Kaylin Fisher, and Jasmine Armstrong. The last award for today is the Chancellor's Roll of Honors in Scholarship. It goes to 2 students. One is a humble soul who constantly seeks to expand her learning. Her curiosity, her empathetic listening skills, and drive to challenge herself allows her to be both an exemplary learner and leader for her peers. The second is a student who is equal parts intelligent, humble, and kind. You would be hard-pressed to find a better example of scholarship and academic prowess. The 2 recipients this year are Victor Valdez and Gabby Cifuentes.
Thank you, Ms. Dell, and congratulations to all of today's honorees. I understand we had some technical difficulties during that video with the sound syncing with the video, but hopefully you were able to hear all of the names and cheer for the award recipients. Well, we're nearing the end of our celebration, but no graduation ceremony would be complete without a tear-jerking photo montage. Your teachers have gathered pictures and videos of you from throughout your 4 years, and we've put them together to present to you today. Accompanying the first part of the montage are the students of AP Music Theory singing an original arrangement of In My Life by the Beatles. I hope you enjoy.
There are places I remember all my life, till some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places.
What do we think?
Can recall, some are dead and some are living. In my life, I love them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went. In my life, I love you more.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting.
Tired of not being able to protect your family or country? Well, stop worrying now. We have you covered. Step down to our nuclear shop at Nukes Unlimited.
The nuclear power is bad. It killed many people and they never coming back. Babies, mamas, grandparents too. We always bomb us and that's okay with you. But you
They can say it all sounds crazy.
Join the cause, say no to nuclear bombs. Join the cause, say no.
Our safety is in your hands. Will you save us?
We want to protect our countries by possessing nuclear weapons until nuclear disarmament is achieved.
NATO. Go with NATO.
Say that. The brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy.
1, 2, 3. Grab it, Marina. Move with it. Got quick hand. Gotta be quick again.
I don't care if they call us crazy.
Frying, boiling, turbine, dreams keeping me
what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head.
A million dreams are keeping me.
A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up the stage and mark the track.
And now, we have come to the most important moment of all, the reading of your names as you become official graduates. Although we do not have a stage today, you have submitted videos of your walks to receive your diplomas, and even from afar, your creativity and character shines through. It is my pleasure to introduce your senior counselor, Miss Venable, to present our graduates.
Margaret Alexander, Jasmine Armstrong, Leo Balaban, Ashanti Breton Furman, Sophia Castillo Paternina, Derek Castro, Hawa Sham. Gabriela Cifuentes, Natalie Contreras, Marina Cuevas Cedeno, Anaya Danforth, Luisanji de la Cruz,
Ela Epperson. Herbert Espinal. Darian Fernandez. Kaylin Fisher. Ariel Fonseca. Brooklyn Fuentes. Aaliyah Gordon. Jewel Hartley Scott. Diatima Hunter. Daniel Jordan. Ayana Keefe. Kai Lampkin. Danae Lang. Dina Langhorn. Francis Lavazari. Alexis Lowry. Destiny Madden. Maria Majoli. Ashley Mengol. Victoria Martinez. Jada Main. Para McCourt. Tatiana Merced. Nelijah Myers. Michelle Morin. Brian Navarro. Rocio Perea. Jaheem Sanchez. Adelina Santana. Penny Schatzel. Victor Silvera. Destiny Soler. Alexander Soma. Yaelin Soto. Nelsie Tenesela. Chrisine Valdez. Victor Valdez. Laura Valentine. Shayna Wiggins.
Well, seniors, we've come to the end. Your graduation from high school is about to be official, legal, and authorized. I have confirmed with your guidance counselor, Ms. Venable, as well as our AP of Guidance, Ms. Dell, that all of you have met the requirements for graduation as determined by the New York City Department of Education. In a moment, live, I will pronounce you as graduates, and it will be time to celebrate. So when that moment comes, wherever you are in the world, stand up, make some noise, throw your cap if you're wearing it, and go crazy. Parents, friends, neighbors, if you are in the room with a graduate, cheer them on. And if you can, grab a phone and make a quick video of their reaction. Post it to Instagram, tag us at RepcoHSNYC so that we can add it to our stories and spread the celebration throughout our community. And now, by the power vested in me, by the city and state of New York, it is my honor to pronounce you graduates of the class of 2020. Congratulations!
Congratulations, Marina!
Oh my God, we're proud of you. You did it. You finally did it. Sky is the limit.
Yeah!
We love you. Look at your elementary school. And look at where you at now. You better keep going. Don't stop.
Congratulations, Olivia, and the rep of the class of 2020 from the Repertory Company High School Theater Arts.
Your cousin Ray, I just wanted to congratulate you
and your friends and the rest of the class of 2020 at the Repertory Company High School for the Theater Arts.
Congratulations, Hila. We love you.